Under pressure. That's a song. Okay, this is video 3 of 3. So you've already covered volume, you've already covered temperature, you already saw a weird picture of a unicorn that I don't know how I got there, and now we're going to talk about pressure. So let's do it. Reading. Pressure is a measure of force over an area. So that kind of sounds like this. It sounds like an equation. Pressure equals force over area. I don't know if that'll be... That kind of reminds me of physics. I don't know if I'll use it in chemistry, but interesting. Pressure equals force over an area. There are many physical situations where pressure is the most important variable. So here again, variable, and I remember I first identified each of these three as variables. If you must get an injection, then pressure is the most important variable in getting the needle through your skin. It's better to have a sharp needle than a dull one, since the smaller area of contact implies that less force is required to push the needle through the skin. I guess this makes sense, because if this is your arm and someone's trying to push like something really blunt, like a hammer, through your arm, this is a hammer, through your arm, it's going to bruise it, but it's not going to go through it. Whereas, if this is your arm and someone puts really thin needle here, the same amount of force, but since this has a smaller area, it's going to be able to go through into your arm, and then, we won't talk about that. It's going to make me faint. Okay, so pressure, force over area, it's important. I get that. Okay, let's keep going. When particles of a gas collide, so that means hit, with a surface, they create pressure. Okay, that's the first sentence. I want to capture that. So pressure caused by particles colliding with the surface. Can't spell today, guys. People like, today? Every day? Alright, that wasn't nice. The more collisions there are between a gas and a surface, the higher the pressure of the gas. So I'm going to add more collisions means more pressure, P for pressure. So I'm assuming if there's less collisions, that means less pressure too. Pressure can be changed by changing the volume of the container, temperature, or the number of particles. I guess that makes sense. If the volume's too big, if it's a big container, they're not going to hit the surface very much because they have to travel a long time. If it's really hot, they're going to move faster, they're going to hit more often. And if there's a lot of particles, of course they're going to hit more. That makes sense. If any change is made such that there are more collisions, the pressure increases. I already wrote that. Some of the common units for pressure and their relationships to each other are shown in the box below. Okay, here's the box. 1 atm, 1 atmosphere. I know atmosphere is like the air. So actually, this is like the air pressure that we all feel. You know that? You're under pressure right now. Not just because you're learning, but because there's a bunch of air on top of you. Or 760 mmHg, millimeters of mercury. Not really sure what's going on there, but okay, that's a unit of pressure. Equals 760 torr. I think it's interesting these are both 760. So mmHg and torr have the same numbers. Or 14.7 psi, pounds per square inch. I know this from like tires and stuff, because I know when I inflate my bike tires to come to school, because I rode my bike here, I have to do 70 psi. Okay, so what have I learned here? Pressure is caused by particles colliding with the surface. Oh, I should look at the picture. What's it say? Gas particles collide with the surface, create pressure on that surface. So I guess, boom, we got some pressure there. Well, pow, pressure, 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 pressure. I guess this one's not causing pressure yet, but if it keeps going, whew, it'll eventually hit right here, right? So I guess it'll eventually cause pressure. Interesting. Okay, so we've learned about volume, temperature, and pressure. Lots of stuff. Review any of the videos that you might not have grasped fully. Awesome.